Good day, guys. Jesse here. Today's episode of Under the Radar comes with a kudos to danMAKU for suggesting that I look into a Nintendo game exclusive to Japan until its debut on the Wii Virtual Console in 2008. Biomiracle Bokutte Upa was released by Konami in 1988 for the Famicom Disk System and has you platforming through diverse environments as a baby with a rattle as your primary weapon. We'll check it out after the break. Upa is an infant prince, the youngest in a long line of brave fighters. One day, Upa accidentally breaks an urn containing the spirit of an evil goat-like demon named Zai, who steals the life force of the adults and kidnaps all the babies except for Upa. A fairy who was also trapped in the urn gives Upa a magical rattle that will help the baby prince save his kingdom. Biomiracle Bokutte Upa is a typical platformer, except for the fact that you crawl instead of run. Across its 8 stages, the gameplay is broken up into 3 different styles: traditional platforming, digging, and swimming. Striking enemies with your rattle causes them to inflate and ascend upward. Bumping into them will launch them into the opposite direction, and, a bit like a Koopa shell in Mario, they can hurt other enemies or yourself if you're not careful. You can also ride on top of these ballooned baddies as they float upward, but they will pop after a few seconds. This mechanic is a little reminiscent of Bubble Bobble. Boxes with Upa's face on them contain various items to raise your health, freeze time, or allow you to run on your baby legs for a brief period of time. At the end of most stages is a boss who can only be injured by hurling smaller enemies at them. After a few hits, a chest appears that contains fairies that will carry Upa to the next stage. This is not an easy game. While the mechanics are simple to understand, frequent hazards and a lack of checkpoints makes the journey quite difficult. A cartridge version was released a few years later with the addition of an easy mode, but I opted to complete the original disc version and I died countless times during my playthrough. The later levels in particular are unforgiving. One is entirely played upside down, while another requires memorizing where spikes are located while falling downward. Some platforms even fall the instant you land on them. Overall, I quite enjoyed my experience with Biomiracle Bokutte Upa, but don't expect it to be a breeze. Despite its cutesy appearance, it's pretty hardcore. Interestingly enough, Upa made a cameo in Konami's off-the-wall Gradius spin-off called Parodius, along with Pentaro, the son of Penta the Penguin covered in a previous episode. Seeing Konami's current state really makes me long for them to make good games again, instead of Metal Gear Solid slot machines. Anyways, have you guys played this before? Are there any other titles you'd like me to check out? Leave your thoughts and suggestions below, and consider liking or subscribing if you like what you see. Thanks for watching, keep on gaming, and I'll see you next time.